नित्यानन्दं परमसुखातीतं गगनसदृशं समचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ ह्रां ह्रौं शिवाय नमः। 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 ॐ ह्रां ह्रौं शिवाय नमः. Panchapatrams and Udharanis in your hand, and please place your hand in the Gokarana Mudra as you take a sip of water from the base of your palm along with the mantra. Om Atmatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Vidyatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Shivatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Wash your hands with an Adhinaya Namaha. Wash your hands with an Adhinaya of water. Now the tips of your right hand, index, middle and ring fingers touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hands with an Adhinaya of water. With the tips of your right hand, index finger and thumb joint, left eye, right ear, left ear. Wash your hands with an Adhinaya of water. Now with the base of your right hand, shoulder and your heart center. Wash your hands with an Adhinaya of water. We will now be entering into the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution. Please clasp your left hand with your right and place it on your right thigh. As we chant the Sankalpa, hold a conscious visualization of how you want to sculpt your body. How is it that you want to sculpt your mind? Really happen as a reality. You'll see that whatever visualization, whatever Sankalpa we take during the Brahma Muhurta simply manifests as a reality, as this is the most auspicious time of the day. So consciously hold the visualization. Duritakshaya Dvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Adya Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshena Vishishtayam Asyam Shubhaditau Purana Aro Nithyananda Yogaabhyasam Karishye Om Apaupasprisya. Please wash your hands with an Athirani of water. You can now place your Panchapatrams and Athiranis aside as we get ready to enter into the Nithyananda Yoga.
All teachings and instructions given during the yoga program and sessions are intended only for the general wellness and educational purposes. They are not to be taken as or used as a replacement for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
DVK sequence 1. So we'll begin with Savitri Asana. Sit with your right leg pressing into the perineum and your left foot placed over the opposite thigh. Gently rest your palms on your knees and maintain gaze fixed to your third eye. Visualize Goddess Savitri, radiant and steadfast, illuminating awareness. Here you'll be performing the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while keeping your awareness resting inward. The Samana Kumbhaka, inhale deeply. Visualize heat flames raising up along your spine as you maintain awareness of the heat, the digestive fire. Perform the Mula Bandha, firmly contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Continue to gaze in your third eye, in the Bhumadhya Drishti. Savitri Asana. Modi Pagatali ki mahli kor parimula dvarite ke bese dava pagaki yoni sthana kadhira ki phani mani jamga mahli kani lagave.
Thunderbolt pose 4. Here, you'll continue to remain seated on the floor with your legs crossed. Your chest broad. Your spine should be lifted and your neck and head aligned. Visualize yourself as an indestructible weapon of Lord Indra, sharp and unwavering and unstoppable. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Uddiyana Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The Samana Kumbhaka, you'll be inhaling deeply, visualizing heat flames rising up along the spine and maintain the awareness of the heat, digestive fire at the navel center. Chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Vajrasana Chatur. Savyena kandam prapidya chanyam padam tu lingopari nikshipeet vajram sada prana jayet siddham griva tanumastaka samasta shashtam. The next asana is Siddhasana Trini, the perfect pose 3. Continue to remain in a cross-leg position with your palms placed on top of your respective knees and your ankles crossed in front of you. Continue to perform the Mula Bandha as you hold the Shambhavi Mudra. Here you'll be performing the Mahamudra Bandha and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a Siddha, a yoga master, calm, radiant, and fully realized. Here you'll be performing the Mahamudra Bandha, contracting the pelvic floor, tucking your chin into your chest and drawing the abdomen inward and up. Siddhasana Trini. अथ भासमानप्रयोगे अथ सिद्धासनं योनिस्थानकमामूले घटातिं सम्पीड्य गुल्फेतरं मेधोरपि अथ सविधात्
Will be the Brahmasana pose. Here, you'll continue to remain seated on the floor and keep your right foot beneath the perineum and the left foot crossed over the thigh. Rest the palm cupped over the knee and keep the spine tall and chest broad. Here you will visualize yourself as Lord Brahma in your inner space, seated upon the lotus of creation. See the awareness radiating like the primordial mind, conceiving wisdom and harmony. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Mahamudra Bandha, which is contracting the pelvic floor. Tuck your chin to your chest and draw the abdomen inward. Chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Brahmasana. Padmam Brahmam Siddhasanam Swastikam Vajrasanam Bhaddakonam Bhaddapitam Mulabandham Tataiva cha. The next asana is Muktasana Dve, the liberation pose 2. Continue to remain in a cross-leg position and bring both your palms back to your respective knees, placing them on top of your respective knees, facing Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Gaze straight in the rigid drishti, pontiff of Hinduism, ascending beyond all corporeal constraints. See your consciousness moving freely through infinite space, purified and radiant. This is Muktasana. Muktasane sthito yogi mudram sandhaya shambhavim srinudaya dakshine karne nadama.
The next asana is Bahumakasana Dve, or the anthill pose 2. Here you will continue to remain seated on the floor with your palms facing upwards in the Bindu Mudra. Hold the Bindu Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and the Bhrumadhya Drishti, which is focusing on your third eye. Chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham while you keep your hips deeply open. Visualize yourself sitting so still and unmoving that an anthill begins to form around you, embodying the deep transformation of sage Valmiki, the author of the Ramayana.
वाल्मीकासनद्वे वैसे करी दावा पगगी माहिली येरी भरिला भाना दिशी मोदी जीमनी पास की लगावे जीमना पगा की येरी बाय नली लगावे अमृत गोड़ लगावे. The next asana is Gorakhanjali asana. This is the Gorakhnath offering pose. Come to a deep squat position and of your navel center. Here you'll be holding the Parashamudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, as you gaze straight in the rigid drishti and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Gorakhanjali asana. Visualize Gorakhnatha within your inner space, radiant with tapas and unshakable wisdom. See his presence guiding your awareness. Gorakhanjali asana. प्रथम ही उभो हो ये बहुरी नीचो पानी हो वे दो कर दो जंग मारहिनी की विधि थमुचे बाहुरी दो सने जंग बाहर ले आन नासा दृष्टि लगे काकसी नाभिजु पाने.
The next asana is the Kachanasana, specially chosen pose. Here you'll continue to remain in a squatting position, holding the Parusha Mudra, Jivakala Kumbhaka, and the Mula Bandha. Here you'll continue to keep your gaze straight, chanting Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in your inner space. Visualize yourself in this specially chosen posture, embodying deliberate focus and refined awareness. See your body aligned with precision. The Parashu Mudra, here you will place your palm upon palm and interlace the fingers.
Kanchasana. पूर्वमध्याधस्थो निवेश्य नितम्बं धृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिम् अवस्तभ्यतिष्ठे काञ्च्यासनं भवति. The next asana is Bhairo asana, the fearsome pose. Now from Kanchasana, bring your hands outside your calves and take them all the way to the back behind your buttocks, interlacing your fingers together. Come to a deeper squat position as you bring your upper body forward and down. You'll be performing the Parashamudra, interlacing your fingers, and the Jivachala Kumbhaka as you hold the Mula Bandha. Gaze towards your nose in the Nasagre Drishti and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize Lord Kalabhairava within your inner space, radiating eternal vigilance and fearlessness. Bhairo Asana. Dovu Pagaki Yonisthanarase.
Hasana, or the boar pose. Here you'll continue to remain in a squatting position, and you'll be lifting your arms with your elbows folded behind your back. You'll have your hands in the Namaskara Mudra, Jivakala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in your inner space. Here you'll deepen the hip flexibility while visualizing yourself as Lord Varaha, the boar incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Hold the Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
And in Varahasana, you bring your knees closer together, so they'll be placed in front of your chest. Pagatali ki mahili kora mile, pani ukada vese, eri mooladwari niche rase. The next asana is Prishthasana, the back pose. From here, bring your hands down to your feet as you clasp your outer foot with your hips raised slightly up. Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gaze straight in the rigid drishti and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize your spine as a resilient bridge, arcing gracefully with strength and flexibility. See the energy flowing along each vertebra, steady and aligned. Prishthasana. अथ उत्थानशनैः पार्ष्णिद्वया सम्मिल्य स्थित्वं नितम्बं जानुप्रदेशे आनीय तिष्ठेत् पृष्ठासनं भवति.
The next asana is Bakasana or the crane pose. Here you will be placing your entire body weight onto the palms of your hands. Keep your hands straight and hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivakala Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Here you'll be keeping your gaze downwards, and this strengthens the arms and the core muscles and enhances balance coordination. Here you'll visualize yourself as a crow, sharp-eyed, perceptive, and exceptionally intelligent, solving challenges. Hold the Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, keeping your gaze downwards.
Bakasana. हस्ताभ्यां माविनं वस्तम्ब जानुद्वयं नाभौ सम्मिल्य जङ्ग ऊर्ध्नि संस्थाप्य तिष्ठेत् बकासनं भवति. The next asana is Shushtanga Kapali Asana. This is the well-protected skull pose. So now from Bakasana, lower your head to the floor with hands on either sides and lift your body up off the ground, coming to a vertical position. And you'll be crossing your legs in the Padmasana. So this is an upside down Padmasana. Perform the Jivachila Kumbhaka Mula Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize your head as a fortress, resilient and invulnerable, safeguarding awareness and consciousness. In cross leg position. Shishtanga Kapali Asana. Asana Kaugana Kapala Acho Hoyi.
The next asana we'll be entering is the Uttasana or the hidden pose. Here you'll remain seated onto, you'll be focusing, holding the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivakala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, keeping the gaze fixed onto the nose. This helps to open the hips deeply and promotes grounding connection and enhances spinal flexibility. Visualize yourself seated in the secret seat, Paramashiva, and your Guru radiating presence within your inner space. Place the hands relaxed onto your knees, chest broad and spine upward.
Guptasana. Janurvorantare Pado Kritva Pado Cha Gopayet Pado Paricha Samsthapya Gudam Guptasanam Vidu. The next asana is Dhruvasana, the pole star pose. Now you can come to a standing position. The other hand will be stretched out on the other side, and here we'll be rotating around in circles. So on one foot, rotate in a circle, in a complete 360-degree circle. Hold your foot in the Prana Mudra as you perform the Sahajakumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Gaze. The Sahajakumbhaka is when you inhale deeply through the एकेन हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्य अग्रं धृत्वा इतरपादतलं भूमौ निधाय त्वराय ब्रह्मणं.
Next asana.
एकेय ब्रह्मणं कर्तव्यं ध्रुवासनं भवति.
The next asana is Trivikramasana, which is the three the other leg behind your Mula Bandha and gaze straight to your core and promotes health, heart, serene and radiant. Gently hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Sahaja
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यम् ताण्डवासनं भवति ग्रीवायं पादं संस्थाप्य स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यं त्रिविक्रमासनं भवति.
The next asana is Vrikshasana Dve, the tree pose. Here, a headstand, a handstand, and holding the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, keeping and the legs straight. Hold steady the lower hips, your body weight onto your hands. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivo.
So your head will be lifted off the ground. You'll be balancing only on your hands. Chakrakshalanaya Vrikshasana Visheshakan Jananeendriyardhyaya Kona Bhedan Samabhyase. The next asana is Shibu Asana. Continue to remain in an inverted position. So you can actually start from a standing position with your hands straight. Place your hands straight on the floor and kick your legs up. So your head will be off the ground in a handstand position. Hold the Sahajakumbhaka Mula Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham and kick your legs off the ground, taking the support of your partner. Make sure your head is not touching the ground. Visualize stages, radiant famile, uboho yadahi hath joyi sampute kari ashe, dishi sudho pasare.
The next asana Dve, or the fish pose 2. Here you'll be coming onto the floor with your chest facing downwards onto the floor. You'll be holding yourself in a plank position. This helps to develop the dynamic core strength and coordination and enhances balance and stability. It promotes the breath control. This is a dynamic pose where you'll be doing so your senses finely tuned and hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Matsyasana Avastambhya varam varam uddhanam kuryat Matsyasanam bhavati. The next asana is Sarpasana Dve. So placing your palms on either side of you. And you'll be lifting your upper body up off the ground as you move from side to side. So you'll be lying down on your belly and your hands will be by your sides and your upper body will be lifted as you move it from side to side. Visualize yourself as a serpent, supple, alert, and responsive to every subtle shift around you. Continue to hold the Mula Bandha Sahaja Kumbhaka as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Pratya Sammilya Urushagatva Sarpasanam Bhavati.
The next asana is Niralambhan Asana, or the unsupported pose. Here you will continue to remain flat on and hold the Padma Mudra. This helps to promote spinal alignment and enhances breath awareness. It strengthens your postural muscles and supports meditative posture wellness in perfect balance, unsupported yet utterly stable. Hold the Padma Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Niralambanasana. Karabhyam pankajam kritva tishtet purparaya sudhi mukhamunnamanuchay niralambanamasana niralambana yogi syat niralambanamasana niralamban. Straighten your arms as you lift your upper body off the ground and bend your legs, bringing your feet all the way to the top of your head, touching your head in Chakrasana. Here you'll be performing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahajakumbhaka, Mulabandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivo. Protective umbrella, steadfast and expansive, sheltering your Guru from the sun's rays. Hold the visualization and see how you're able to go into a deeper back bend. Yam bhumim avastambhya munyat chatrasanam bhavati.
The next asana is the Vajrasana Trini, or the Thunderbolt pose 3. Here you will be in You'll be onto your knees and your arms extended forward, calming your inner space and encouraging breath awareness and cultivates restorative peace. Here you'll be holding the Shambhava Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka pillar fully supported from within, standing with complete independence.
वज्रासन दंड पद्म भरद्वाज वीरवज्र समानितो आसनानि सदा कुर्यात् सुदीर्घैरे च पूरकैः. The next asana is Neshasana, the ram pose. Now asana, and you'll be lifting your alternate hands off the ground as you place them back, visualizing yourself as a ram. Take your opposite hands, striking them on the floor. Visualize yourself as a strong and fearless ram, your horns poised, radiating courage and determination. Gajasana samstito ekaikena bahum bhumau tadayet meshasanam bhavati.
The next asana is the Ajasana or the goat pose. Here you'll be on right. So here you will begin in crown of your head towards the floor between your hands. Press through the palms strongly while keeping the breath calm. Here you'll be visualizing yourself birth and death. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. This helps to build the arm strength and enhances spinal flexibility. It promotes
Try to bend your back as much as possible, coming to an arched position. Ajasana. Gajasana samstitto padadvayam antarale kritva mastakena bhumim sprishet ajasanam bhavati. Now you can slowly relax, coming onto the ground. We will be entering into Dhanantarasana, the remover of diseases pose. Come to a comfortable kneeling position, sitting on your respective heels with your hands placed on your respective knees. Continue to gaze towards your nose in the Nasagra Drishti. This promotes grounding. Feel the healing energy radiating through your being. Dhanantarasana.
The next asana is Angamotama asana. This is the limb extension pose. So here you'll continue to remain in the same seated position, keeping your both arms behind your back. You'll be interlacing your fingers and extend your arms fully. Then sweep them wide and keep your breath smooth. Visualize yourself with extended limbs, immense flexibility flowing through every joint and tendon. See your awareness moving freely and unbound by limitational muscles and promotes breath awareness and develops dynamic coordination flexibility. Here you'll be holding the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, chanting Om Nit.
Angamottama. हस्तदयो अङ्गुलीभद्रा हस्तोर्मध्यात् सर्वमाङ्गं नुक्षित्य तिष्ठेत् अङ्गमोक्तासनं भवति. So now come to now you'll be placing your heels on either sides of your hips with your knees together and your heels wide apart, placing your hand Ujjayi Kumbhaka Mula Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Try to go into an as much deep stretch as possible, bringing your hips in between your heels. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda, majestic and swift, wings unfurled, carrying divine presence with unwavering focus. This is Garudasana Chatwari, the eagle pose 4. Jangorubhyam dharam pidyastiritkayo dvijanana janu parikaradvandvam Garudasana mujyate.
The next asana is Ananda Mandira Asana, or the Temple of Bliss pose. Here you'll continue to remain seated in the same posture with your knees spread apart, and you'll be sitting on your heels. Hands will be placed behind your back and interlocking itself. This helps to open the hips and enhance holding the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, and keep the gaze towards your third eye. Chant in your inner space, Om Nithyananda Kumbhaka. This is where you slightly contract the throat and draw the breath slowly in through the nostrils.
आनन्दमन्दिरासनम् अथ वक्षे वीरनाथ आनन्दमन्दिरासनं यत्कृत्वा अमरो धीरो भवत्येवेह साधका हस्तयुग्मं पाददेशे पादयुग्मं प्रदापयेत्. The next asana is Mandukasana Dve, the frog pose 2. Continuing to remain in the same position, you'll be placing your hands on your respective heels. So previously you were crossing them, holding the opposite heels. Here now you'll be placing them on your respective heels. You'll be sitting on your heels with your knees spread wide apart and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So the Manduki Mudra is where you close your mouth and subtly move the tongue, savoring your inner nectar. Visualize yourself as a frog, alert and adaptable, sensing every ripple and vibration around you. Mandukasana Dve, पृष्ठं सम्पीड्य गुल्फभ्यां जान्वङ्गे सवलकृत्या हस्तौ पादतले क्षिपौ मण्डूकं पादोऽसृते.
Simhasana, or the man lying pose. Here you'll be in a squatting position with your both palms straight onto the floor. Your elbows will be locked and keep your fingers spread wide, your thumbs touching and the base of your hand touching the toes. Gaze to the nose and stick your tongue out and against the tip of your nose and release your hands to your thighs. Here you'll be visualizing yourself as Narasimha, fierce and activate the throat chakra and enhances breath control. It strengthens your core stability and promotes vocal expression and mental presence. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
दौपनपानि होय वैसे एदिमे लीलगुदानि वैसे समशरीर नीका ठहरावे नासा अग्रदृष्टि को ल्यावे. The next asana is Vishrikasana. So from Narasimhasana, with your knees placed on the floor and your hips on your heels, you'll be bringing your hands up to your face. You'll be placing your hands on either side of your face with your elbows together in front of you. Here you'll be holding the Shambhavi Mudra, Bhishraka Kumbhaka Mulabandha, as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So you'll actually be making a hollow of your palms, placing them on your mouth, keeping your thumbs under your teeth and closing the lips. Visualize yourself as Devi, presiding over any and all of your fears. Joyi Godapana Vanapuni Hoyi, Goda Janga Adarakari Rakhe, Adavaid Isi Viridake.
Knees onto the floor. This helps to promote playful movement and awareness. Bring the fingers towards the armpits and imitate as if a monkey is scratching. Gaze to the third eye and breathe calmly. Visualize yourself as a playful monkey, agile and curious, keeping the gaze. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, chanting Om Nithyananda.
दौ पगतरि संपुट आने तनिकि पिष्टि भूमि परिधाने मूलद्वार एद्यां परिल्यावे मूलहात ऊंच Vajrasangasana. So from Makadasana, lift your knees off the ground. So you'll be balancing only on your toes with your hips placed on your heels and bring your hands behind your back as you hold on to the opposite elbows. Here you'll be performing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Mula Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Gaze towards your nose in the Nasagre Drishti and perform the Shambhavi Mudra, gazing outward with your steady focus unshakable by external pressures. Your awareness crystallized, reflecting clarity, endurance, and brilliance. The Ujjayi Kumbhaka is where you slightly contract the throat and draw the breath inward. Vajrasanganasana. Pratama pani Pratama Phanapani Hoya Vese, Do Edi Gudani Vese, Goda Ubho Rakhe Stita Adevaya Pasare Dhira.
Next asana, to your knees. So your knees will be placed onto the floor, and you'll be sitting on your heels. Your hands will be placed onto the floor to your side, and keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep your spine upright and breathe steadily. Helps to bring awareness and flexibility and promotes grounding and stability. It helps to support the bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself having perfect health beyond any ailments. Radiate yourself, radiating energy vibrantly.
Kanjanasana. Kanjanasana Yat Sushthiro Bhavet Prishte Padadvayam Bhadva Hasto Bhumau Pradharayet. The next asana is Kurmasana, the turtle pose. So now bring your hands on your feet, on your knees, sorry. So you'll be crossing your ankles behind you. Perform the Kurma Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Gaze towards your nose in the Nasagre, senses inward, becoming still and withdrawn like a tortoise. Visualize yourself as a turtle, stable and grounded, body mind balanced across time. Vikrameno samahito ऋजुकाय श्रोगग्रीवं कूर्मासनमिरीरितम्.
With your knees onto the floor and your palms resting lightly on your knees. This helps to intensify meditative attention. You'll be visualizing yourself united with the divine, one with the entire unity of Shivoham, while holding the Shambhavi Mudra, Vijay Kumaka, and chant Om Nithyananda Shivoham.
Yoga asana. Cross your ankles one on top of the other under your buttocks. The next asana is Vyoga asana, the disconnected pose. So now, continuing to remain in the same position, you buttocks as you place them in between your thighs and your calves. Perform the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Visualize a space of Advaita, eternal oneness with your Guru, still and luminous. See your awareness. Godam bano ubhoi godadi rakhe doi dachapad ke pani rahave phanovam godadi.
Sanatana with the common pose too. You'll be crossing your ankles behind. Hold the calves with the fingers inside and your thumb outside, and lift yourself as a camel, enduring and resilient, traversing vast terrains with patience and persistence. Spinal extension strengthens the back muscles and promotes heart opening. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka.
Ushtrasana dve मेरुदण्डग्रान्तिदार्ढ्यासमपि. The next asana is Jati asana, the ascetic pose. Lower your body onto the floor, placing your elbows underneath you. As you place your elbows and your as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a lotus in full bloom, rooted in Dou edi sampute sole mooladvarati ridhere phanam pani ukada hoya bese bahuri pishti dishi kariti.
For the magnificent hero pose. You continue to remain in the same asana. Here, you lean your torso towards the back, bringing your spine to meet the floor, then rotate upright repeatedly with the breath. It is a dynamic asana, and you keep your hands at subtle and personal forms of your body, radiant and free. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Vijay Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and
Shapyatishtet. Vamsham varam varam sprished veerasanam bhavati. This is the Virata asana. And now from here we'll be entering into the next asana, the Kapotasana. As you bring your hands towards your feet. So this is going to be in a deep back bend position. Here you'll be holding the Shambhavi Mudra. Okay, so start kneeling with your feet beside your hips. Inhale as you lift your as you perform the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Merudanda Granti Dardya Sam.
The next asana is Varasana, or the bowl fulfilling pose. Here you remain on seated. Cross your arms to hold the opposite elbows in front of your chest and keep your chest open. Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in your inner space. This asana helps to promote chest opening and enhances postural alignment, strengthens the core stability. Hold the Mula Bandha, chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Varasana. Januni bhumau samstapya hastabhyam bahu parasparam dhritva is Varahasana Dve. So from here, bring your forehead down onto the ground. As you place your hands in front of your Jai Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, you'll be gazing straight in the rigid drishti. At your heels, visualize yourself as a boar, fierce and determined. Varahasana Dve. सूर्यं चन्द्रं भेदनस्य अश्नि नितम्बे संस्थाप्य तिष्ठेत् वराहासनं भवति.
Next asana is Mudasana, or the downward head. Here you'll interlock your hands, your fingers, in a cupped position and place the palms on your mat. Keep your core strong and breathe steadily. Visualize yourself as a locked tree, stable and resilient, surviving despite loss. Here you'll hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Mundasana. अधोमुखासनं वक्ष्ये सर्वेषां प्राणिनां सुखम् ऊर्ध्वमागे पदे दत्त्वा धारयं हि ऊर्ध्वपादो यदाचरेत् तदैव महतीं सिद्धिं ददाति वायवी कला. This is actually a relaxation after Mundasana. So come onto your knees with your toes raised up on the floor and your tips rested on your heels. Fold your torso down, placing your forehead on the ground. As you place your palms on your nose in the Nasagre Drishti, visualize yourself entering profound darkness, calm and alert, embracing the unseen with confidence. पगतली समतहरावे कोरमाहुली उभे मिलावे फनापान कुद करे बेसे दोऊ एडी गुदा निवेसे.
Stala Bhasana. This is the inverted locust pose. So here you'll be coming onto your stomach. So you'll be lying down on the floor onto your stomach. And lift your chest slightly upwards and your legs off, breath steady. Visualize yourself as a locust, agile and resilient, leaping and adapting across diverse terrain.
शलभासन भेदाश्च नटभेरुण्ड नामके गण्डभेरुण्ड सहिते शीर्षदण्डासनं तथा. Now, from the previous asana, do not relax. Just bring your hands by your side. So your feet and knees will still be raised up off the ground. You'll be balancing on your belly and bring your hands to either side. Gaze toward the ground, your forehead, your face facing downward. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. This is the Kapalasana. Visualize yourself as a skull, representing a mind purified of distraction, sharp and unwavering. Clear awareness focused on truth, discernment, and spiritual clarity. Contemplate insight, determination, and steadfastness, embodying discipline. Kapala.
Relax. The next asana is Akasakaputasana. Here's the primordial freedom pose. So this asana, you'll be lying on your back. You'll be lying on your back, both legs overhead, and sweep them past your head until the feet touches the floor. So you'll be lying on your back and rolling your feet until it touches and interlace your hands behind the back. Visualize yourself as a free and open dove, serene and luminous with wings spread effortlessly. Hold the Shavati Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Yoga.
Yes. So in Akasha Kapotasana, you'll be lying on your belly, on your front, and you'll be placing your arms extended behind you. As you lift, you kick and lift your feet off the ground and bring them all the way to the front in front of your face, placing them on the floor. So this is the help of your partner, and try as much as you can to raise your feet off the ground, bending your back. Akasha Kapotasana. Visualize yourself as a free and sorry for the technical bit. So now we'll be continuing with Akasha Kapotasana. देशेन भूमौ स्थापयेत् आकाशकपोतं भवति
Kailasa for this power pose. Onto the side. Extend both arms forward and place your elbows and palms firmly on the floor. Power alert and swift and responsive to the subtle movements around you. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Yoga. Avoid collapsing the chest heavily or rounding the spine above you.
Chatakasana. कूर्परपर्यन्तौ हस्तौ धरामवस्तम्भे जानुनी नाभौ संकुच्य तिष्ठेत् चटकासनं भवति. From here we'll be entering Vrishchikasana Dve, the scorpion pose. So this is another inverted position. So from Chatakasana with your forearms on the ground, you'll be lifting your feet off the ground and placing them on top of your head as you arc your back. You can use the help of your partner. So your head will be off the ground, balancing only on your forearms. Kick your feet off the ground, gently placing them on top of your head as you arc your back. Here you'll be performing the Sahajikumbhaka, holding the Mula Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Parameshvoham. Gaze straight in front of you. Visualize yourself as a scorpion, resilient and patient, enduring harsh conditions with precise control. Your head will be lifted up as you gaze in front of you. Vrishchikasana Dve. वृश्चिकवत् पुच्च प्रतिमां गृह्पाश्नि धृत्वा स्वशीर्षे जिबुकं विधार्य यत्रेति सन्निष्ठति साधकस्तत्त्वं विश्वहं वृश्चिकासनं.
Next, you'll be moving into the Vrishasana pose for the bull pose. Here, you'll be seated on the floor. Foot out to the side of your hip with the ankle turned outwards. Plant your palms forward on the floor and broaden your chest. And curve the torso slightly downwards like a bull. Keep your gaze forward and your breath even. Visualize yourself as a bull, powerful and steadfast, radiating strength and grounded presence. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Chaturanga Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Parameshvoham. Here you draw the breath in fully and strongly and hold it lightly. Then exhale and inhale smoothly in a subtle cycle, feeling the gentle wave of energy inside of you. Avoid straining the knee outward or collapsing the chest downward. Instead,
वामभागे पदेतरं विपरीतं स्पृशेत् भूमिन् वृषासनमिदं भवेत्. Your elbows, straighten your arms as you lift your feet off the ground and swing with your knees will be together, knees and feet will be together, and you'll be swinging lifted off the ground. Your knees will be touching your upper arms, and you'll be swinging from side to side. Here you'll be holding the Vaishnavi Mudra, Chaturanga Kukumbhaka, Mula Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Parameshvoham. Visualize yourself as a bull, strong and steady, swinging with controlled power. Your arms will be straight, so you'll be balancing only on your hands. In Lolasanam Sada Kuryad Vayulolapagatanat Sthiravayu Sthiracheta Bhavedrutam.
asana is Vrishasana Parsvankare for the bull pose repeated. So it will be repeated onto the other side.
Vrishasana. Yamyagulbhe Padamule Vamabhage Pade. The next asana is Balagunasana, the child power pose. Now come up on one foot. So you'll be placing the toes on the ground, foot flat on the ground. Place your hands on your respective knees, keeping your back straight. Gazing straight in front of you in the rigid drishti. Here you'll be performing the Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as Bala Gunahi, radiant with Siddha energy, wisdom and mastery. The Chaturanga Kukumbhaka is where you draw the breath in fully and strongly, hold it tightly and exhale. Bala Gunasana. आसन कौगन जल बिकर जाई।
The next asana is Grahanasana for the planet toes. Here you'll be squatted with both feet flat and your knees wide. Slide your elbows down between your thighs and wrap your hands firmly around your ankles. Keep your spine long and your chest broad and open, shoulders open. Visualize yourself as asana helps to deepen the hips and strengthens core stability. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Chaturanga Kubaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Yoga.
ग्रहासनम् पादतले भूमौ संस्थाप्य जानुमध्ये कूर्परौ स्थाप्य हस्ताभ्यां गुल्फप्रदेशं धृत्वा तिष्ठेत् ग्रहासनं भवति. The next asana is Balagunasana Parshvantare, the child power pose repeated on the other side. So coming onto the opposite heel as you place your toes on the ground and bring the opposite foot up facing the foot flat on the ground, bringing your hands on your respective knees. You'll be performing the Vaishnavi Mudra, Chaturanga Kukumbhaka, Mula Bandha. As you gaze straight in the rigid drishti, chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Here you'll be visualizing yourself as Balagunahai, luminous and steady, embodying Siddha wisdom and effortless mastery. Balagunasana, Asana Kaugana Jalabika Rajayi.
Next asana is the Utkatanasana or the chair pose. Here you begin in a low squat, balancing onto your toes. Place your palms gently on your knees and visualize yourself in a chair pose, grounded and unwavering energy rooted deep. Chaturanga Kubaka, Mahamudra Bandha, which is contracting the pelvic floor, and chant Om Nithyananda Yoga.
Utkatasana, युज्यास्फिलोस्थित्वा ऊर्वजानुक्षतेभ्यं मनः उत्कटधारण्यम् अस्पृश्य पीठं स्मृतिर्मुत्कटकायम्. The next asana is Vajrasanganasana. You continuing to balance on your toes with your hips on your heels and bring your arms behind your back, holding onto your opposite elbows. Here you'll be holding the Vaishnavi Mudra, Chaturanga Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Continue to gaze straight in the rigid drishti. Visualize yourself as part of an indestructible spiritual community, unified and radiant, each member's presence reinforcing the whole. See your awareness interwoven with devotion, protection, and shared purpose. This is Vajrasanganasana. प्रथम होय जैसे दोहु एरि गुदानि वैसे गोड़ा उभरा के तीरा आडे वाय पसारे धीरा पृष्ठ दिशि दोहु करा आने तिनकी जगत ऐसे विधिठाने गहे परस्परी भुजा जुदोहु कोहन्य लगता पकारे सोहु.
Next asana is Anjalasana for the wind pose. Here you remain in a squatted position with your feet onto the floor. Place your palms flat under the soles of your feet, facing down with the elbows pressing inwards near the navel. Straighten your arms and lift your chest tall. Keep your spine long. Visualize yourself living from the air alone, serene and self-sufficient, absorbing the life force effortlessly from the surroundings. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Chaturanga Kumaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Yoga. Avoid jamming the palms under the feet or rounding the spine harshly. Instead, press evenly and lengthen tall and keep your gaze soft.
Anilasana. दौ हाथ भूबर ताने काहुन्य नादी नाभिलग आने फना दौ ऐसे विधि करे पिष्टि हते लिया करी परि धीरे ऐसे राहे कुर के पानी धरा ना समाध्या सोई. The next asana is Padukasana. So now from here, bring your hands outside your hips, holding on to the outside of your respective feet. You'll be continuing to remain in the squatting position and just change the position of your hands, holding on to the outside of your feet. Continue to hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Chaturanga Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, as you chant Om Nithyananda Parameshimoham. This is Padukasana. Visualize yourself wearing Padukas, walking across India with steady steps and unwavering purpose. Padukasana. Hastataliyo Padataliyo
is Sudana, twist of rising. So here you'll be standing with your palms planted facing on the ground and your shoulder width apart. Strongly press into the arms and kick both legs upward and together, balancing briefly and easily. Lower the feet back with control and repeat lifting and dropping action rhythmically. So this is a dynamic asana. Visualize yourself as a barista, alert and vigilant, sensing the dawn with precision. Here you'll be holding the Vaishnavi Mudra, Chaturanga Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, chanting Om Nithyananda Parameshimoham.
Taking your back as your feet point. Kukutodana. हस्ततले भूमौ कृत्वा पादतले च ऊर्ध्वम् उद्दानं कृत्वा भूमौ पतेत् इतं पुनः पुनः कुर्यात् कुक्कुटोदनं भवति. The next asana is Viparita Nrityasana. So from here, come to a handstand position. Your hands straight with your palms on the floor and lift your body into a vertical position, straight up, Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself free, unbound, and expansive, moving beyond all inhibitions and limitations. This is the Viparita Nrityasana. हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिम् अवस्तभ्य ऊर्ध्वपादाग्रे कुर्वन् हस्ततलाभ्यां नर्तनं कर्तव्यं विपरीतनृत्यं भवति. So over here, your head will be off the ground and your hands will be straight.
The next asana is Kunjarasana or the elephant pose. So relax and come down onto the mat. Here you'll be standing on your feet and arch yourself forward while placing the palms onto the floor. Take one hand, your left hand, and rest it lightly on the left side of your head. Keep your chest broad and your spine upright. Visualize yourself as an elephant drinking water, steady and deliberate. Hold the Sambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Parameshimoham. Avoid twisting the torso too harshly or leaning uneasily.
Kunjarasana. अथवा क्षेमहादेवा कुञ्जरासनमुत्तमम्. Get on the other side. So bring the opposite hand to your respective ear. अथवा क्षेमहादेवा कुञ्जरासनमुत्तमम् करेण एकपादाभ्यां भूमौ तिष्ठेत्.
Next asana is Kadambasana or the fragrant auspicious pose. Here you'll be sitting with your knees bent and your feet flat close to your hips. Hold the both ankles closely with your hands and lean back slightly as you lift the feet. Sacred Kandamba flower, golden and fragrant, blossoming with round radiance. Here you'll be holding the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Parameshimoham. Avoid collapsing the chest or round and visualize yourself as the sacred Kadamba flower.
Kadambasana. Kadambasanam bhavati. The next asana is Pavana Muktasana, the wind releasing pose. So you can come down, sit on the floor, and bring your knees in front of you. Sit with your knees in front of your chest and wrap both of your hands around your knees, hugging them toward your chest. Visualize all excess vata releasing, flowing gently and harmoniously through your system. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahajikumbhaka Mula Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham. Pavana Muktasana. द्वयोस्तपादयोः पार्ष्णिं लाग्वा स्वस्त्वनितम्बके जानुनि वक्षसि साधु भ्रमति करबन्धने एवं विधा स्थिर्य यत्र तत्र वायुमुक्तासनम्.
So here you sit with one leg lifted and place the leg behind your neck. Press both palms firmly onto the floor beside your hips and extend the other leg upward towards the sky. Here you'll be visualizing yourself embodying the serene balance of the patriarch, harmonizing body and spirit. Nithyananda Yoga. Avoid pressing the neck harshly or forcing the leg upward.
चकोरासना पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादं पीतं वज्रासनं तथा चकोरक्रौञ्च शलभाभुजङ्गमपि वृश्चिकम्. The next asana is Dhanurasana Dve, the bow pose. So you can bring your release your leg, bringing it by your side as you hold it with your respective hand. Hold your toe in the Prana Mudra and extend the other leg out in front of you as you hold on to that foot as well. So you'll be visualizing yourself as Shiva's bowl, coiled with immense tension. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Navadi Dhanura Akarshaka Krishtam Dhanurasana Miritam.
Next asana is Ashtanaprasana or the 8-angle pose. Here you sit with one leg over the shoulder and hook the opposite foot across to lock the ankle. Lean forward and plant your palms on the mat and then extend the leg towards the side. Visualize yourself as a sage, embodying fearless wisdom and transcending physical appearance. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Avoid kicking the ankles too tightly or collapsing the chest forward. Instead, lean with control and extend the leg outwards. Breathe smoothly.
So you can even help your partner. One partner can hold the opposite partner's feet and as they extend their legs. This is the Ashtavakrasana. वासिष्ठं मतकौन्दिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमतोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्. Balance for a few seconds and slowly relax. The next asana is Pranasana, the life pose. Now sit, you can sit high and the other planted firmly on the ground. Slide the grounded legs shoulder underneath your bent knee and press your palm on the mat for untouched by decay or limitation. Bhadva skandenyat padam rakshayet.
Here you'll be seated with your left heel tucked under your hip and your right foot placed outside the left thigh. Wrap the right arm along the outside core of the bent knee and place your left hand behind you for support. Lift through your spine, twist your torso, and turn your gaze over. Nithyananda, founder of the Hatha Yoga, and radiating wisdom and mastery within your inner space. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Avoid twisting abruptly or collapsing your backhand heavily. Instead, lengthen the spine tall and rotate gently.
पार्श्वमत्स्येन्द्रासना वामोर्मूलार्पितदक्षपादो जान्वोर्बहिर्वेष्टितदक्षदोष्णा प्रगृह्य तिष्ठेत् परिवर्तिताङ्गा श्रीमत्स्यनाथादितमासनं स्यात्. Next asana is Chakorasana, repeated on the other side. So now bringing the opposite foot behind your neck as you straighten out the other leg beside you, extend the other leg upward toward the sky. Place your hands firmly on the floor and lift yourself up, balancing only on your palms. Visualize yourself as a powerful source of energy, radiate and unbound, emitting strength in every direction. चकोरासना पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादं पीतं वज्रासनं तथा चकोरक्रौञ्च शलभाभुजङ्गमपि वृश्चिकम्.
The next asana is asana B, the bow pose 2. Here, this will be repeated on the other side. And visualize yourself as Shiva's bow, coiled with immense tension, yet perfectly balanced and radiating latent power. For the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Yoga. Here you lift one leg up and grasp the big toe, drawing it towards your ear like a bow, while the other leg remains straight on the ground and hold firmly. Open your chest and keep your spine long and draw the lifted leg like a hunter's bowstring.
धनुरासना द्वे पादाङ्गुष्ठौ तु पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि धनुराकर्षणं कृत्वा धनुरासनमुच्यते. Next we'll be repeating Ashtavakrasana on the other side. Sit with one leg over the shoulder and hook the opposite foot across to lock the ankles. Lean forward as you balance on your hands. Vasishtam Matakaudinyam Urdukukkutameva cha Ashtavakramatodhanam Mayuram Setubandhanam.
Fall with one foot placed on the opposite side and the other planted firmly on the ground. Slide the grounded leg shoulder underneath your bent up as immortal, sustained entirely by prana, untouched by decay or limitation. For the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha.
Ami karoti yassa chamara ekapadamaro bhadva skandenya padam rakshayet etat pranasanam nama sarvasiddhi pradayakam. The next, your left heel tucked under your hip and your right foot placed outside the left thigh. Wrap your arm around the outer side of your bent knee. And place your left hand behind for support. Visualize the great sage Matsyendranatha, founder of Hatha Yoga, radiating wisdom and mastery with Dakshapado Janur Bahirvesh Dakshadoshnam Pragrihyadushtet Parivartitanga Sri Matsyanatha Didamasanam Sya.
Side strength. Stretch. Here you'll be seated on the floor with one leg extended straight forward. Place the heel of the opposite foot against the perineum and fold your torso over the extended leg. Reach forward with both hands to grasp the big toe and lower the forehead towards the knee. Visualize yourself lengthening into a half stretch, spine extended like a flowing river. For the Vaishnavi Mudra, Jivakala Kumbhaka, which is inflating the prana, then using the power of the mind, forcefully directed through the limbs of the body. For the Mahamudra Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Ardha Paschimottanasana. Ekam padam prasarya ekam padasya pashnina Shivani sampidya hastadvayena prasarya padang gushtham dhritva jan. We'll be now entering into Kraunchasana. So from Ardha Paschimottanasana, you'll be sitting with one leg folded back beside the hip and the other foot extended straight and forward in front of you as you hold it with both hands. Lean forward and grasp the foot of the extended leg, lifting it upward. Toward your head while keeping the knees straight. Visualize yourself standing tall with poised balance. Krauncha Setu Bandhanam Uttanapadam Kraunchancha Marichim Veerabhadrakam Natarajam Trikonam Ch Suptangashta Prasarane.
Visualize yourself lengthening into a half stretch, spine extended. Avoid jerking into the forward fold and forcing the forehead to the knee. Instead, lengthen the spine and stretch yourself downwards, holding calmly.
Padasya Pashnina Shivani Sampid Hastadvayena प्रसारितपादाङ्गुष्ठं धृत्वा जानपुरिमस्तकं न्यसेत् अर्धपश्चिमतानं भवति. The next asana is Kraunchasana, repeated on the other side. Sit with one leg folded in Crouchasana. Vasishtamatakoundinyam Udukukutamevacha Ashtavakramatodhanam Mayuram Setubandhanam Uttanapadam Crouchancha Maricham Veerabhadrakam Nagarajam Trikonam Subtangashta Prasarane. The next asana is Swastikasana, the auspicious pose.
So here you'll be seated onto the floor with your feet folded. Press your palms onto the knee and you lift your chest with your spine straight. Shoulders are soft and gaze forward. Visualize yourself radiating peace, prosperity, and well-being. Your presence calming and uplifting. For the Shamati Mudra, Jabakala Kumaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Yoga. Avoid slumping torso or tightening the shoulders rigidly. Instead, sit tall and rest the palms lightly.
Swastikasana. जानुर्वोन्द्रन्तरे सम्यक् कृत्वा पादतले उभे ऋजुकाय समासीना स्वस्तिकं तत्प्रचाष्टके. The next asana is Gorakshasana, the cowherd pose. Continue to sit with both your soles turned upward and positioned between your thighs. Reach your hands back to cover the heels, tucking your chin toward your chest and direct your gaze to the tip of the nose. Visualize yourself as Goraksha, the protector, embodying the steady strength of mountains and ancient rivers. Envision compassion guidance flowing from your being. Gorakshasana. Janur vorantare pado uttano vyaksamastito gulbhau chachadi hastabhyam uttanabhyam prayatnata.
With your legs crossed, sit with the left heel pressed lightly beneath the perineum and place your right foot on the opposite line. Bring your fingers out to cover the sensory and nostrils gently. Keep your chest open, spine tall, and visualize yourself as a radiant, sacred space of creation. See yourself in the heart, closing the ears with the thumbs. Jivatala Kumaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Avoid pressing the fingers harshly onto the air.
Bhagasana dve. वामपार्श्वयुगं स्थाप्य दक्षिणाग्नग्रीं वामजङ्गे मध्यमातरजाङ्ग्यागुष्ठदार्ष्णिक्रमस्थिता. The next asana is Yogasana Dve. And you'll be coming to Padmasana, the cross-legged position. Sitting in Padmasana with your spine erect. And you'll be resting your palms facing upward on the ground on both sides. Lift your chest and visualize yourself dissolving into your Guru, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra. You'll be performing the Kakachanchaka Kumbhaka. So here you'll be curling your tongue inward with the mouth open and then extend it slightly outward to form a small passage for inhalation, resembling the beak of a crow. Yogasana Dve. Uttana Ucharano Kritva संस्थाप्योपरि जानुनो आसनोपरि संस्थाप्य चोत्तानं करयुग्मकं पूरकैर्वायुमकृष्य नासाग्रमवलोकयेत् योगासनं भवेत् योगी.
Is Kukutasana or the upward rooster pose. Here you'll continue to remain seated in Padmasana upward so that the hips and knees rise off the floor. Keep your spine upright, chest broad, and core engaged. Visualize yourself as a rooster, standing tall, proud, and fierce. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakam, Chukha Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Keep the gaze straight. Avoid pressing the palms unevenly or collapsing the chest.
Urdhva Kukkutasana. Vasishtamatakoundinyam Urdhva Kukkutameva cha Ashtavakramatodhanam Mayuram Setubandhanam. The next asana is Siddhaharatali Asana. Continuing to remain in Padmasana, you'll be changing the position of your hands, threading your arms through your legs as you rest the forearms on the mat. Keep your weight steady on the seat and visualize yourself adorned with a celestial garland of light woven from the blessings of countless siddhas. This is the Siddha Haratali asana. Pratamam Hare Ubehateli Bhudhari Rake Bhohati Godi Samdhedake.
Next asana is Hansasana, or the swan pose. Here you continue to remain seated in Padmasana with your arms in your thighs and press the palm towards the ground. Lean forward and lift your thighs up from the ground, holding your balance steady and your chest remains open. Keep your breath steady and visualize yourself as a swan rising above Maya, gliding over the still waters of consciousness. Hold the Shamavi Mudra, Tata Chaka Kambaka,
Kakachinchaka Kumbhaka.
Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Avoid tipping too quickly or forcing the thighs.
Hamsasana. कुक्कुटासनवा स्थित्वा स्कन्धपर्यन्तम् ऊरुनी नीत्वा तिष्ठेत् हंसासनं भवति. The next asana is Karmukasana. So now from Hamsasana, continue to sit in Padmasana with your arms in between your thighs and lean your torso forward, bringing your arms behind your back as you clasp your fingers tightly. So your hands will continue to remain in between your thighs as you bring it behind your back, interlacing your fingers. Sorry for the technical glitch. Now it's enough. So as you sit in this position, visualize yourself as Paramashiva's bowl, radiating and unyielding, channeling immense energy. Karmukasana. Pradama Padmasana ko kare goda samdimahi.
The next asana is Padmasana with a turtle pose too. Here you'll continue to remain seated. Sit in between the thighs and torso and wrap the hands to rest on the shoulder. Turtle, deeply grounded and serene. Hold the Kurma Mudra, which is drawing the senses inward. Kakha, Sukha, Kumbhaka. Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Avoid gripping the shoulders harshly or collapsing the torso.
Kurmasana. Bami Jangapura Dakshina Pave, Dahini Jangapari Bami Lyava, Pahalya Amsa Bhale Hata, Kumaramasana Ye Kahave, Yasum Saba Indri Sakuchave, Dehi ki Rag Siddhi Hoi, Yaha Karamagi Gati Sadhi Koi. The next asana is Granthi Bhedanasana. To sit in Padmasana, you thread both your arms deeply between your thighs and calves until the elbows emerge beyond the legs and bring your hands to the heart center, allowing the shoulders and head to incline naturally as needed. Visualize yourself rejoicing in Paramashiva's secret knot posture, rooted and secure. As you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Granthi Bhedanasana. Atava Akshay Neelakantha Granthi Bhedasanam Shubham Nyatva Rudro Bhave Kshipram Suhida Yekaro Purparasthana Padyantam Vibhedya Skandhadaranam.
The next asana is Kurmasana, or the upward turtle pose. So here you'll continue to remain in Padmasana. Gently lower yourself onto the back while maintaining the lotus posture or Padmasana. Hold the neck or the shoulders with both hands and extend the back comfortably along the floor. Keep your chest upward like an upward turtle and visualize yourself as an uprising turtle lifting from the waters with poise and balance. Hold the Kurma Mudra.
Bandhastam Karabhyam Dhrutakandharam Pitham Kurma Vaduttena Metad. Now continuing to remain in Padmasana, come back to a seated position and thread the arms between your thighs and calves. Place one palm on the floor and hold the opposite wrist with the other hand. Press the palm down, engage the core and lift the body off the ground. So you'll be balancing only on one palm as you lift off the ground. Balance steadily on the arm with the spine upright, chest open and gaze forward. Visualize yourself as a rooster, vigilant and commanding, sensing every nuance of your surrounding. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakachinjaka Kumbhaka Mula Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Panga Kukkutasana. Kukkutasane sthitva egena hastena anyasya manibandham dhritva hastatalena bhumim vistabhya dishtet Panga Kukkutam bhavati.
Next asana is Panga Kukkutasana.
Repeat it on the other side. कुक्कुटासने स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य मणिबन्धं धृत्वा हस्ततलेन भूमिं विस्तभ्य तिष्ठेत् पङ्गकुक्कुटं भवति. The next asana is Vridrasana, the vulture pose. Sitting in Padmasana, you can now release and lean forward so that your elbows rest on the base of your big toes. Interlock your fingers and rest your chin gently on the back of your hands. Straighten your thumbs and place them lightly at the base of the palate. Visualize yourself as a vulture soaring high above the world with keen awareness. Vridrasana. एतस्याङ्गुष्ठयोर्मूले कुर्परे समिवेशयेत् परिवर्त्य करौ स्पृष्ट्वा अङ्गुलितगोपिता.
The next asana is Padmasana Training, the lotus pose. Here you'll continue to remain seated in Padmasana. Rest your palms up onto your lap. Keep your chest broad with your spine low. Lower the chin slightly towards the chest and focus the gaze towards the nose. Maintain a calm, steady position and breathing gently. Visualize the Shambhavi Mudra, Mahamudra Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Padmasana Trini. Uttanau charanau vidantare sadhu kritva samau. The next asana is Padmasana Chatwari. Now just change the position of your hands, bringing them to your respective knees. Visualize yourself in Padmasana, the lotus throne of yogic power. Padmasana Chatwari. Etat Padmasanam kuryat pranuvayu prasiddhayet. Shubhasanam sada dhyayet. Purayitva punah punah. Urumule vamapadam. Purnadakshinam padam. वामोपरि स्थापयित्वा च पद्मासनमिति स्मृतम्. The next asana is Karmukasana Dve, the bow pose 2. Now from here, bring one hand onto sit in Padmasana and take your right hand to grip the big toe. Draw your elbow outward and place into a bow-like shape across your chest. Visualize yourself as Parameshwar's bow in Karmukasana. Jangayo sthito hastamekam tu jangaya karmuka kakarupakam padmasane vritasana, the dead pose. Now come to a supine position, lying down with your back with on your back with your legs slightly apart, arms relaxed on your side. Turn your palms upward, allowing limitations of the corpse body, guided by the supreme pontiff of Hinduism. See your consciousness expanding beyond physical. Focus on the Mooladhara as you contract the perineum to rouse the dormant Kundalini, forcefully drawing the Apana Vayu, the downward breath. Oham. Mritasanam. Uttanam Shavavad Shai.
Paramashivo, Paramashivo.
Part of your body. Start wiggling your toes, your fingers, moving your feet side to side. Bring your awareness back to each part of your body. Start moving your legs, your hands. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock side to side. And you can come back up to a seated position. And with this, we have officially come to the end of, we have officially completed 100 asanas of the Dvitiya Vidnyasa Krama series. For getting a better experience and one-on-one guidance, be sure to come and attend Parameshiva Sena, a 30-day program happening in West Africa, Guinea-Bissau, and South India, Tiruvannamalai and Adi Kailasa, Bengaluru, starting on September 1st till October 1st. And be sure to join us in tomorrow's Nithyananda Yoga as well as we enter into the Dvitiya Vidnyasa Krama series 2. And with this, we'll be coming to the conclusion of today's yoga as we chant the Purna Mantra, offering our gratitude at the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Nanda Parameshwara Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. In bow down, offering our gratitude at the divine lotus feet of Swamiji. Thank you everyone. Nithyanandam.